a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't love yourself. You don't love yourself. He hates himself. I'm gonna tell you why. Let me ask you a question. What's your nationality, bro?
Don't worry about that. Don't answer. Don't worry about that.
I'm
Black American.
Black American?
I ain't no fucking black American.
You see the hoodie you got on?
Right.
See the clothes we got on? That's black. Black is a color. Alright? That's the first thing. Now American, who's America named after?
Fuck that bullshit. He trying to change
it was named after an Italian navigator, Amerigo Vespucci. Alright? They named America after him because Columbus got caught stealing on his way back. Okay? So the Queen named America after an Italian navigator, Amerigo Vespucci. So for you to be black American, it doesn't make sense. Black is a color, and America's another man's nationality. You want to try again?
I'm listening.
No, I'm just saying, brother. Only because, see, our people are caught in the mind state. Because if you ask, you can get 30 black people or so-called African Americans, ask them, you'll get 300 different answers. Some will tell you they're niggas. Some will tell you they're Negroes. Some will tell you they're black. Some will tell you their denomination. They're Baptist. They're Catholic. You understand? But they don't have a nationality, a national origin. Hold on, brother. Hold on. I'll deal with you, right? You see, our people are under that only simply because of this. There's two things that happen to our people. One, we are the indigenous people of this land. That's first and foremost.
That's right.
Okay? This is something that they don't teach. When you go back, this is when Nat Turner on Turtle Island. When you go beyond that, we were here on the shores that they call North America. Then they brought our people, okay, from the land shores of Africa, or another portion of our people. So now we understand we have a national origin. If you ask a so-called man here in China, he'll tell you if he was born here that he's an American citizen. But at the same time, he has a national origin that he comes from China. He can tell you the town and city where his people came from. That's one thing that so-called African Americans cannot do. Okay, they stripped us of our national origin. Therefore, our culture. Therefore, our language. You understand? So this is why we're seduced into thinking that everybody's created equal, so forth and so on, where that is not the case. You can go in any so-called religious text and you see that to be different. If you ask where the so-called white man came from, any white man, woman, and child, the first thing they'll do is tell you, as a black, to get out of America, go back to Africa. But guess what? They're not indigenous to this land. They came over here from the shores of Europe. And the people that came over here from the shores of Europe, they were the exiles, those that were put out. They were the convicts in the prisons, and those were the people in the crazy houses and in the hospitals that came over here because they, Europeans at the time, thought the earth was flat. So when we understand the dichotomy of who we're dealing with, we see that we're dealing with a strange people and they put their strangeness upon our thought process. That's why you have our people cursing each other out like they just did. You understand that, brother? So the question is, we have to ask ourselves, who are we? So if you see us out here as Israelites, they say, well, who are you guys? You guys hate white people. No, we actually love our people.
That's right.
You understand? So when you understand hate and love, it's a thin line. Why? Because it's actually the same spectrum. Okay? Because if you hate crime, right, and you love goodness, but it's the same spectrum. So when you understand what the white man has done, not just to our people, but all across this earth, everywhere that he has put his foot on, every shore, he has demolished, raped, robbed, and murdered every culture.
That's right.
Every culture you can think of.
That's right.
Now ask the white man, where did he come from? He came out the caves all throughout his history. But that's one piece of history that they're never taught anywhere. Why is that? But the white man actually comes out of the caves. The caves of the Caspian Sea and the caves back later in Europe. Okay, this is why Johann Blumenbach, he named them what? The Caucasians. Why? Because you came from the Caucasus Mountains of Russia, Georgia.
Right.
He measured your skulls. So you understand that you were cave dwellers. That's your origin. If you go as far as back as the Alexander the Greek, go back to that time frame. Before that, where's the white man's history? Where's the white man's culture? Where's his language? Where's his land? Before Alexander. Now, if you go past Alexander, you'll see that black people had land. They had culture. They had language. They had kingdoms and rulerships way before Alexander. But after Alexander, what do you have? I ask any white man, I give you $1,000 if you can prove your structure and your history before Alexander. Where is it? Where's your kingdom? Where's your land? Where's your castles? Before Alexander, name it, you can't, because it does not exist.
Right.
Does not exist. So when you understand who we're dealing with a wretched man. When you hear the word devil just means deceiver. Who deceived the entire earth, believing believing that they are better people than all the people on the planet? Who has told the earth that they are superior people? But yet you blacks and Hispanics, yet you damn Chinese, you Japanese, you Arabs, you have all been deemed minorities by the only minority and the minute man on the planet, which is the so-called white man, woman, and child.
That's